take a look here. Sanctum of Domination Raid environment preview. With Sanctum of Domination Raid testing starting later today, we're taking an early look at the zone environment. I mean, are those chains up there? Are you guys seeing chains? Like, literally in the sky, it seems like chains. What if those chains run all around? So all throughout the Vale, it's chains. That's what Sylvanas broke. She broke the chains. The very prison that was around our world. Remember, we did say, Sylvanas did say, this world is a prison. Those are chains in the fucking sky. Well, it could be binding Torgast to Icecrown, or those chains are literally the Vale. So the whole of the Vale, the whole of reality is chained within this Vale that can't be broken out of. That looks just absolutely breathtaking. That looks fucking beautiful. We have this as one of the raid rooms. I would be very excited to see this as one of the raid rooms. Red as fuck though. Or reddish tint rather. Stage 1, a cycle of hatred. We have forgotten what makes us strong. Players battle against Sylvanas atop Torgast while the jailer remains elusive. The mission, a monument to our suffering. You're unfit to wear this crown. Upon reaching 80% health, Sylvanas chains all players. Stage 2, the Banshee Queen. What are we if not slaves to this torment? Sylvanas enters Banshee form, taking to the skies to waylay players' pursuit of the jailer as he ascends. Thrall and Jaina link their aid by casting Call Earth and Channel Ice respectively, but must be kept free from interruption while doing so. And then the freedom of choice. Nothing can stop what is to come. Sylvanas follows the player's traversal, greeting them for the final showdown between death and inevitability in the jailer's master plan. Very cool. Nothing can stop what is to come. The freedom of choice. Alright, so let's just quickly see here. That is, I'm assuming, the top of Torgast. Oh man, this raid looks so fucking gorgeous though. I mean, this raid looks absolutely fucking amazing. Just open this up so we can get a better look at this. Dark portal dudes all around. Like, legitimately, these portal dudes are everywhere. Are they the first ones? Are they something else? Perhaps a relic of a time before the first ones arrived? Fuck. I'm really excited for this raid. Like, so fucking excited for this raid. The levels of it, the ginormousness of it, it just looks gargantuan, right? It's so big. It looks so open. I'm looking forward to this. Do you find it funny that each of the 3 Warbringers end up as bosses, but they don't end up dying? No, I don't find it funny, because I sort of think that it's important that they don't die. They are the Warbringers, right? And perhaps them living is going to be important further down the line. Like, that might at some point play a part or play a role. I'm flabbergasted. The art team, Blizzard's art team is just next level, dude. They are just fucking next level. Fuck. Look at that. Look at that skybox. Wow. Oh man, this raid is gonna be so fucking cool. That looks like a pillar of souls almost. You see that? The hell's the white there? Much red, much white. This is obviously the River of Souls as it enters into Torgast. You can see that. It looks like Torgast is built all around it with this soul beam, so to speak, just running straight through. The Castle Nathria raid was visually nice and fun too. Castle Nathria looked amazing, but like I said, the art team for Blizzard is just always fantastic. Regardless of what you want to say about the rest of the game, sometimes it's hit and miss, but the art team does such a good fucking job. That's eerie as fuck. Look at that. Just eerie. You come from this place that's sort of lit up, and then you have this dark passageway, the stairs up. It's insane. Oh my god, look at this. Man, Blizzard, what the hell are you doing? I'm assuming these are boss platforms. Very rune carver-esque almost. So you get to pick 83 out of 95. Everyone knows Blizzard is Sylvanas sim. They would never kill her. Agreed. You say picture 85. Look at the fucking scale, dude. The scale of this place. I'm sort of just gonna go quicker through it. The forge, most likely. That looks like a forge. I already like the platform idea, so hopefully some play on platforms in this fight. Get more chains, more fucking... Imagine having a fight right there on that little platform. Is it just me, or does it seem that not all parts of Torgast look evil? No, not all parts do look evil. Sylvanas, you're very correct. Did you see the Sylvanas mount? Vengeance? Too bad we're never actually seen her on that mount. Well, according to what they're saying at least, that's her hatred. So it doesn't seem to be her mount. Hey, I don't mind if there's Sylvanas simps. I agree with them. You have to be a Sylvanas sim. The scale and the view from this raid is gonna be magnificent. Fuck! Look at that room. Look at that room and tell me you wouldn't love to fight a boss or some mobs in there. There's the forge looking place again. Dark Lady shooting Thanos as her bitch mount. Raid testing starts later today. I saw. You said picture 83, right? So we're just gonna casually move around till we get picture 83 until we find something that blows our minds again. Wait. Is that a pillar in the middle of the River of Souls? In the middle of the Soul Stream? Seems to be entrances. Something inside of it, but places to walk out of. Wow. I'm in love with this fucking raid. I haven't even been inside it and it already looks so cool. I love the different plays because I was a bit afraid when they said that Torgast was going to be the next, like, you know, the next raid. There was a part of me that sort of thought, Torgast could be a little bit boring almost. But the way they've played with colors to sort of break down the different areas is magnificent. Oh my god, look at this broken area. What the fuck is that? Are you seeing this? like areas broken away from the tower, so sort of. Look at those chains going into broken areas of the world around it. There's a very real chance that Torgast itself used to be the spiral at the heart of the Shadowlands. That Torgast was what Oribos has sort of become now. I don't know if Oribos was part of Korthia, Sorian, but it could be. Either snow or ash. It's almost a Titan-esque kind of building. Are you seeing this? It's got a very Titan look to it. Like, you know, almost what Order Titans build? Yeah, this place is broken. And then what seems to be telescopes. For what? What was the purpose of those telescopes? More of these figures, these hooded figures that we find literally fucking everywhere. What's that aimed at? What was the purpose of this? Telescopes with runes on it? Yes. Why would this telescope need to exist? What were they looking at? You think Azeroth? I mean, it's as good a guess as any. Well, that's a dark room. This would be the, yeah, this would most likely be the Among Us room. You can't see the boss, you can't see anyone else, you just have to run around. New fight. An Among Us fight. This was definitely once a landmass that was very much part of the Maw. Very much part of Torgast. That's sort of broken away over time. Either been ripped apart by something or someone, or just the drought has broken it. Look at this. Where are those chains going? Where the fuck are those chains going? What is the chains linked to there? Well, we can see Korthia already, so why would it link to Korthia, but Korthia wouldn't be in view, right? Because Korthia has been pulled closer to the Maw. So what if these chains are actually linked to something completely different? A whole different realm? Man, the scale. The scale and the fucking beauty of this realm. Of this zone, rather. Look at the interesting change in architecture. Everything's very death-like, very sort of bland colors. And then you have this archway. Gold and blue and almost Titan-esque, right? Kyrian, almost, you could actually say, yes, almost Kyrian, almost as if each one of the covenants had their own wing, right? Of the Torgast. Once upon a time, they were all sort of linked to Torgast. They all had their own wing and they all existed within this one area. Again, you see it's the same architecture but different colors. It did look sealed, actually. It did look as if it was sealed. Okay. Okay. You have 5 runes and 1 in the middle that links all of it. Not a rune, but sort of a gem. To raid mechanics here, 5 runes to be soaked. Maybe. Or maybe a story of what was once the reality of Torgast. So once upon a time, you had... Because that bottom, the bottom rune, looks very similar to the rune of the Archon. It's a similar type of rune. Am I just seeing things, or...?
You will release this soul from your grasp.
No. He is bound to me, just as you once sought to bind your own brother.
Alright, doesn't exactly look like it. Like, it's not a 1-for-1. Where the fuck are we? Here we go. No. These runes are definitely not it. Would have been fucking cool if it was, but these runes are not it. So whatever these runes are, they're not linked to the sigils. But it is still interesting that there are 4 runes all sort of leading into the center fold. So sadly, not true, but, you know, would have still been fucking cool. Look at that. Those are chains literally running inside the veil. So the veil that was split has chains running through it. So when Sylvanas said this world is a prison, she does not appear to have lied about that. Those are chains running inside the fucking veil. So in other words, the veil is a prison, is a network of chains in and of itself. It's 100% looks like directional AoE damage mechanics. It's possible that it could just be mechanics, but do not forget that it is also based on the pictures that we've seen and the picture that I have in my mind. It looks as the different wings of Torgast all meeting in the center. The center is where the soul pillar goes up. So it looks as if it's these different wings that all meet in the center. But this is very fucking interesting. Those chains were literally basically either chaining the Shadowlands or chaining reality. See the chains here again, and here you see the veil as it's damaged, and then of course the broken veil right there. It could be that it changed reality to the Shadowlands, or that it just chains reality. In other words, in order to preserve reality and ensure that reality can't bleed into the other realms, it was chained. Fuck, look at that room. What bothers me is there's no chains in this one. So some of the pictures have chains in them and some of them don't. Now it could be that the chains are moving, right? So the chains move. See, there we go. So these chains actually move. It might be because they're broken. So they sort of move in and out of this because they were broken. So you see the remnants of the chain. Sometimes they're gone, sometimes they're there. Basically because they were broken. It could be that it's the view, so it depends on from which angle you're looking at this thing. That's entirely possible as well. There's a good look of the chains. Those chains are definitely running inside the veil. And they don't seem to be linked to Torgast. You can see there they touch Torgast, but they're definitely going past Torgast. They're not just attached to Torgast. Well, the prison in the blue is the in-between, where we are free. That's as good an example, as good an explanation as any. I'm not seeing runes on them, but then again, those runes could be lit up, but I'm not seeing runes right now, at least. Actually, it could be that it was chained, both of the Shadowlands and reality was sort of chained together. What the hell? Oh, this is the different gateways. Look at the maw right there. Fuck, this screenshot is insane. And then you have that one, which just absolutely gorgeous. What's that synced a bit there? What's that? If the chains are broken, would that allow the Shadowlands to pass between the veil into our world? Yeah, basically they said that, Bravo Fox, at the beginning. They did say, when you first arrive in Erebos, Telonara actually says, with the veil between life and death broken, death has now started to bleed into reality. Yeah, this can definitely be a desktop image. More of these chains. This fight's gonna be insane in the Arbiter's room. An interlocking of sorts. And here we get a good look at the... So here we get a good look at the different sigils, which finally makes sense. But then that means that... You see the different sigils, right? We have in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the sigil from the Archon. And then we have the other sigils from the other Eternal ones. Then you have Zuval's sigil, which is clearly defaced, so to speak. It's broken. No, you can see the sigil on it, but look at the ground underneath the sigil. That is broken. Those chains might be Torgast attaching itself to Erebos. I mean, the snake in the middle is Ouroboros, right? Erebos is very much... It drew its inspiration almost 100% from Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail, which it can mean different things, right? So the snake that eats its own tail can be the prophecy of your movement will eventually consume itself, right? So there is a chance that the snake eats itself. In other words, the movement keeps going until it eats itself, so there is an end to it. Or it could mean eternity, which is another sort of signal of Ouroboros, is eternity. In other words, it always keeps going round and round. It just never stops. So it is sort of the consistency that it will always come again. Reincarnation, as Lord said there. So it can be either one of those things, but that Zuval's sigil is definitely defaced. That's almost guaranteed. Also, his sigil seems to be very different to the others. If you look at the other sigils, it's more solid, right? It's a proper sigil. It's there. You can see it. You can sort of grasp it, if that makes sense. Whereas Zuval's sigil, if we assume that is Zuval's sigil, it's just, I don't know, sort of weird. Could be that the sigil looked different and that it was sort of broken. Yeah, it could be that it was removed or as much of it was removed as humanly possible. Whoever sat on this sigil was clearly the leader, right? The head of the table, so to speak. It looks elevated, more elevated than the others. It looks as if this was a position of power. This was a position of leadership, right? The brokers are related to the consortium. Siriani, probably related, but no longer linked. A broken, it's all good in the Shadowlands. If you don't speak about it, then it's okay. Could also be the accused. Could be the accused, but I doubt that. And then, of course, we have this wonderful fucking chains running. Either attaching itself to Oribos or trying to attach itself to Oribos. Or maybe Oribos broke the chains. I wish I could see what's on these portals. Fuck, dude. There's so much. There is so much that just... There's so much to speculate on. So much to dive into here. I mean, there's no mobs or anything in these pictures. So that's probably where the Arbiter is. That's just not been added yet to the game. Also, most likely to preserve spoilers. So they don't add things that could potentially spoil things earlier than what they want. Still, mind-blowing.